So the idea is that you would be an individual going after a very rare video game.
Like a top-down shooter, Top Gun, Wise, styles, bullet hell, to try and like limit the player's control so that they have to operate only on the heartbeats.
You basically play as a white blood cell or a different, like a team of white blood cells.
We're also kind of playing around with the idea of changing the pacing of the game to kind of coincide with the pulse that might be playing in the background. So,
like a forced scroller where the heartbeat sort of pushes you along.
I'm doing a game called BPM, which is beats per mile. You're driving an ambulance through streets like New York, and you have a person in the background, or the corner of the screen or something. And the whole point is, it's like Spy Hunter. You have to get through all the traffic and get to the hospital at the end.
Basically a tunnel that you're looking, but it's a top-down view, so there's a lot of games with top-down views. But the idea with this is that you're constantly falling down into the tunnel, so we're going to code this in Unity, so just use the physics of Unity. Let's make this tunnel a blood vessel. And you have to pick up these hearts fast enough to keep that heartbeat going to keep yourself alive.
I kind of like the idea of a heart is debatably the difference between life and death, the heartbeat. If you imagine a line and the pulse, there's stuff that exists above the line and stuff that exists below the line. What if this can be a single level game? On the pulse, you are platforming or existing in this world. On the downbeat, you have to do obstacles in this world.
Whack-a-mole mixed with a telltale heart. I mentioned this to some people. But as the hearts are beating under this floor, you have to beat them down to keep people from finding out.
Love it.
A futuristic-based foot racing game in which the faster your heart beats, the more blood is pumped out of your body, around you via a series of tubes, and pushed into your back to propel you faster. And it's kind of like the movie Crank, only in racing format. And you need to actually pick up steroids to keep juicing you, and keep your heart beating. But at the same time, you need to counterbalance the duress meter so that you don't like have a cardiac arrest and like straight up die.
platforming type game or top-down, I'm not really sure yet. You can see when your heart is not on a beat. So as you're running through, the faster you get, the higher your heartbeat gets, the less you can see. Or just you can only see during the heartbeat like it's sonar. So you have to run fast in order to actually see anything, but you might be running too fast and you end up dying. Yeah.
A crystal that acts as the heart of a planet, different lanes acting as arteries. You have to build certain structures to prevent randomly spawning monsters from attacking the heart.
So have you ever been on a trampoline with someone else? Right? And of course, when you bottom out and they hit the trampoline, it's like hitting concrete. So the idea is a simple duel game. You're on a trampoline with someone, and that's the whole goal. The whole time it's just a strategic battle to try to bottom someone else out.
Some sort of heart input, whether it be pressing a key or using a clap to control player speed. So this would be like an infinite running game. Some person is just controlling how fast the player is running. Meanwhile, you've got another player that's attempting to dodge obstacles on screen while having their speed control. Going for that multiplayer party game, I guess, aspect.
A small, squishy, whimsical character who's a heart who's just adventuring around. As he adventures, he might encounter, you know, a liver or something or something. And when he meets them, you know, they get together, gather a friend, you know, just kind of sticks them on. It partners up with other body parts and fires them. It gains characteristics. But yeah, if anyone wants to do cute cartoon characters, squishy body parts, you know, adventuring in a world somewhere, I'd be interested in drawing some of that.
You know what? Human organ Katamari Damashi actually does sound pretty awesome.
You could have like a grumpy old man as a heart living in the house, and you have like a young heart, and then you're like a middle-aged heart, and you have to basically stop the self-destructive heart from like walking around without his pants on or something like that. You know, like walking outside, you gotta stop. Or like, oh, you're smoking too much, you gotta stop it.
Also, if your scope is too wide, I will tell you that. And it is. Right now. We're not going to finish in time. None of you. So find like the best 40% of what you've got, and then like chop that in half, and then you're good. That's called 20%. 15 now. Try to have an idea by 1 o'clock in the morning that you've started. Otherwise, it's going to be sucky tomorrow. Is that reasonable?
That sounds great.
And then general guidelines are the same as like every other sort of short-term game jam thing. It is usually faster to program something in than to spend a 6-hour block of time debating the theoretical merits of that feature. So do that and then see if it sucks, and if it sucks, then pretend it never happened and throw it away. And it's substantially better to have 100% of a game that is 30% quality done than 80% of a game that is 90% quality. Right? Like, a finished game is finished. And the opening scene of the most amazing game ever is not a game. It's an opening scene. So, you know, get your game done and then add fancy things like controls, or,
graphics,
graphics, an interface, an executable. These are, you know, this is box art. Is what that
controls, graphics, and interface are the heart of your game, and you have to start at those.
Yes. So anyway, fail fast. And if everyone here, raise your hand if you suck.
Woo!
I was really hoping no one did. But everyone here sucks.
But one of you are supposed to be sucking at, because I suck at sports.
Everyone
so
here
that's
sucks at something. So if you suck at something, don't be afraid to ask for help, because we will all empathize with your inability to function as a basic human being. Okay? Go make things. Some of you can say